Hey there viewers, welcome back to the Groundhog's Garage channel. I'm back to working on my 1974 Pontiac Grand Am, and yesterday I pulled out the starter and that thing fought me every step of the way. So I'm going to show you where I'm at, and got the starter out, and that required a whizzy wheel and an impact gun and a air chisel. But I got that son of a gun out of there. Today I've got to fix the two studs on the exhaust manifold because of course they broke. Luckily they broke out at the bolt, and so I'm going to have to dig out my acetylene torch to heat up that manifold, and hopefully we can get those out pretty easy. I don't want to have to drill them, but let me show you where I'm at and take you along and see how it goes. So after I got the starter out last night, I put together a parts list, sent it up to Summit Racing, went and picked it up, got my new starter, and got some front end pieces. Since I got the wheel off, might as well tackle some other stuff while I got it apart. But new shocks right there, and some lower and upper control arm bushings, ball joints. This is the upper shaft. It's a whole kit, an upper shaft. Now, let me just show it to you. So it's the whole upper shaft and the bushings and the hardware. I forget exactly how much it was, but it wasn't much more than just getting the ball joints, or I'm sorry, the control arm bushings. So I'll be working on this over the next couple days, but I do want to get the studs out of the exhaust manifold. Let's go take a look at that. So got the wheel out. Big deal, right? And so you can see my two busted off studs right there. So I'm going to have to dig out my little acetylene torch kit here and heat that up a little bit and go from there. And something else I found kind of interesting when I was under here. So when I bought this car, the guy told me, hey, he gave me a floor pan because he said the floor head was rusted out. And I've been on both sides of this car, and there's some undercoating and stuff peeling off here, but I have not seen a hole anywhere. So I'm not quite sure what he was talking about. I mean, it looks surprisingly clean under here, and the other side looks just like this. So I don't know. The rocker panel is solid. So anyway, alright, I wanted to give you an idea where I'm at, and I'd like to take you along while I try to get those out, but I'm working on the ground. There's not a lot of room. I kind of like my camera. I don't want to get it sparked and bit, so I'm going to shut you off for now. So I showed you in an earlier segment I'd gotten some new control arm bushings and a upper control arm bushing kit, and I think you can see how cracked and beat up that bushing is, and this one isn't much better. And if I'm going to take it apart, I've got the ball joints, so if they need replaced I can do that too. And we'll do since we're taking it apart, we'll do the lower one. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do today, is start taking this apart. Jim, what'd you get done today? Well, I don't know. I spent a half hour getting cotter pins out. One down, one to go. So one's loose. Let's get this one loose. So it's been about 3 hours, and actually it went pretty well. I didn't struggle with too much. I think the cotter pins to getting out of the castle nuts were probably the hardest thing I've done. Everything else, nothing really was stuck. I only had to use heat on the bottom spindle to get the ball joint out, but other than that, I can't complain too much. So here's where I'm at. This is the upper control arm. I cut out the center shaft. Here's the replacement parts. I'm just going to run this down to the mechanic down the street and have him press those parts in. I don't have a press, so I could get these out, but if he's going to do it, he might as well do it all, right?